Hey guys, welcome to the reality.
Or welcome back to the reality.
It's episode 22. We have a very special guest today.
Let's welcome the Bello Bros.
What's
Woo!
going on?
How's it
What's
going,
up,
everyone?
everybody? Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for being on.
Yeah, thank you.
Anytime.
Anytime. We love talking.
Nice. So do we. Can you just explain to us basically who you are for everyone that doesn't know?
Yeah, so we are two brothers. My name is Matteo,
I'm Michele.
and we are known as the Bello Bros online. You might have seen our TikTok account and our Instagram page. We do Italian-based entertaining videos. We do some comedy. We do some information videos where we tell you what the best Italian songs are. And anything like that. Two brothers, we were born and raised in Italy, and we moved to Canada in Toronto 9 years ago now. Yeah, 9 years ago. So that's briefly who we are.
Okay,
Nice.
nice. So you guys have like a good, you got used to the Canadian accent because you guys speak really well.
Yeah, me more than him. He's still learning a bit.
I still I still need a dictionary by my side every day.
It's okay.
Yeah.
That's why I play the Canadian guy in our videos,
he's,
because I've nailed down the Canadian accent.
It's a
really well.
natural for him.
Yeah, it's natural.
No, it's good. So other than besides TikTok, what else do you guys do?
Well, we both well, he was working full time up until now. He was doing an internship, but I just graduated from school last year from university. I studied marketing, so I finished off, and I work full time 9 to 5 for an insurance in a marketing role. So I do that as my full time job. That's what pays the bills. And then we kind of started what we're doing to do something different and have a different different types of accomplishments for ourselves.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I'm still like Michele said, the past year I was doing like my an internship as a data analyst, and then I'm going back to school next year to finish my last year of engineering. So gotta finish that off, and then Michele and I also I forget to mention, we also run our soccer league for the summer. We started our own soccer league here in Toronto. We're very excited. It's going to be very unique. It's going to be a men's league with a professional touch to it. So we're very excited to start it up this Sunday. Finally, with the restrictions being lifted up, we'll be able to start. And so that's kind of like a main focus right now, other than the Bello Bros for the both of us.
Okay, nice. Good
Nice.
to hear.
And what got you guys doing social media?
Honestly, we've been doing social media for a long time. Like, as Matteo said, we're we have certain passions that we luckily not not all siblings share the same passions, right? But we're lucky enough to share that. We share a passion for, as you said, soccer. We share a passion for like who we are and our culture. And so early on in 2017, we actually started our own men's league team. So we would just kind of play in different leagues, and we wanted to make it a little bit different because it's all 19, 20-year-olds, and we're just playing for fun. But at the same time, we wanted to kind of make it a little bit more of a community and a professional in some form of way. So we made a team with a logo. We got custom jerseys. We would do interviews at the end of the games, like funny interviews, stuff like that. And it caught on, and a lot of other teams around started doing it as well. And so that was kind of like our first thing we did on social. That's when we started getting on social, and a lot of it was Italian based. Like, our team is called Crotone 6. Crotone is a town in Calabria where we're from. And at the time when we started it, they were playing in the Serie A, which is the highest league in Italy. So, and then we called it 6 because Toronto is 6. So, it was always had the Italian in there, and it had the funny part in there, and it had the soccer in there. So we did that, we grew it, and then it was all on Instagram. And then eventually, how do we get to do the Bello Bros? Matteo started making some TikToks himself on his own, and they kind of started getting like either one or two, and like they went viral. It was like the stupid, like, I don't know what it was, but anyways. And then I started making TikToks like seriously on my own page, and I was kind of doing a lot of like top 3 words that are mispronounced in Italian, but it was more of an educational kind of thing. And I saw that it was picking out, like it was doing well. We were in COVID, so we couldn't really do much. And I was like, Mate, like, why don't we join together and put in our efforts into this, and why don't we start making some videos, and then from there, that's it. That's how we got on it.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so were you guys posting like every day? Or do you guys like say like, hey, we're gonna post twice a week and see how it does?
So actually at the beginning it was kind of just we started it and we were like, we're bored in quarantine. We want to start making Italian videos because we knew there was like a niche for it. We didn't see many, and the ones we did see weren't the ones we wanted to make. So we were kind of just, let's go with it. Let's start with one, see how it does, and then every time we're free, because again we do both have 9 to 5 jobs, and like Miguel said, that's what pays the bill. Every time someone asks us, social media, we're always like, you always need to have a full-time job, something you can rely on, and then should be your side job, something that it's a passion for you and that you need to work on with your own time,
Until it gets
of course until it gets to a point where you can live off of it. But until then, you always need to keep priorities, and our priority at the time was both of our full-time jobs. For Miguel, it still is. I don't have a job anymore, but when I did, it was still my main priority. So what we did is we wanted to make videos whenever we had time and whenever it went with our schedule, so we wouldn't burn out. So when we started, we would post maybe like I would say probably like 2 to 3 times a week. And we saw that every time we would post, we would get like a lot of interactions with our videos, especially on TikTok. That being, the algorithm is great for TikTok because it pushes your videos viral as soon as you start, which was like a great motivation to keep going, I guess. Even though we always say like we don't care about followers, we don't care about views, seeing that recognition and seeing that reward, it kind of pushed us to keep going, right? So yeah, at the beginning it was really 2 to 3 times, and we didn't really know what it was about. We just knew that we wanted to get closer to the Italian community in Toronto initially, and then we kind of saw it picking up. We're like, you know what, we can even do more. We can pick up with the community from everywhere around the world, right? So yeah, basically that was our goal initially. That's our goal now. We are definitely putting a lot more energy, and our videos have gone better, our experience has gone up. We're definitely like going
we're
further
working with a lot of other people too.
Yeah, we've seen how we can grow, and we're definitely using that our platform to grow and get better and better every time now that we can.
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice. And when did you guys realize you started to have like such a big following?
That's a good question.
Honestly, like
that's a good question.
It's a good question. I think it was just kind of like on when we realized is when this is for me what I think. Like on TikTok, of course, we started gaining a following right away, but at the same time, I don't know if you're both familiar with TikTok, but it's very like you could have a viral video and like some bunch of user 22221 3 are like following you, and it's like, who the fuck, like who is this, and so.
Yeah.
Some of like the videos that went viral for us, and our first one was when we pranked our mom.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of followers that you can't really engage with those people.
Yeah.
You can't really do anything, right? So we didn't really think a lot about the following on TikTok until we took a big break. We took like a couple of months, 3-4 months break from TikTok. We didn't do anything. Once we got back into it, it was December of 2020. And we started putting videos out and like started doing it a little bit more better, a little bit more consistent. And right at that time, we said, why don't we also start an Instagram page? And so we started an Instagram page. It's only been like 6 months now, and we saw that as soon as we started on Instagram and started posting a lot of the older videos on there, like the Instagram following started picking up. And so when that happened, I was like, wow, we have something here, because for us, Instagram is much more important than TikTok. You can relate to people, you can talk to people, business opportunities come along. There's a lot more going on, right? So when I started seeing that the Instagram was going up, and we were able to post different content on there too, I was like, you know what? We've got a following, and people there, you can interact with people, you can go live, people can message us, it's easier to respond, seeing the messages, the types of messages people were sending us, and like, keep going, like, thank you for the support, or like, hey, like, you're making my days go better, like I've been sick for this many days, blah blah blah, all these kind of things. That's when I realized, I think we realized, like, wow, we have something going here.
Yeah, for me it was I guess, yeah, the Instagram, I think hitting 10K on Instagram was like I don't know, it was just like to me it was like, wow, like I never thought we would actually get there this fast. It wasn't anything that I was like, oh wow, like I'm huge, like now I'm gonna like, no, I think both of us like stayed pretty humble, and we're still pretty humble. Like we don't think we're anybody, but it was just nice. Like it was a good reward. It was nice seeing people were coming together and liking our videos. But I gotta say, to me, the biggest realization was actually during these this Euro Cup, when we would go to we went to Market Lane. It's this place in Woodbridge, Ontario, which is very close to Toronto. It's just north of Toronto.
Where all the Italians
It's
are.
yeah, it's a very Italian community. And yeah, we went there after the game against the Wales. It was Wales. That's the game we went to first, Market Lane. And once we got there, there was all the Italians celebrating the win, and we actually started getting people coming up to us and saying like, "Oh, are you guys the Bello Bros?" And it wasn't just one or two; it was actually like a lot of people would come up to us. They were asking us for pictures, and they were asking us, you know, like, "Oh, like we love your videos," and it was crazy. I was like, wow, like
Yeah,
I
we
get.
never expected
So I
that.
understand that the place we were in was like exactly where our followers are, so it makes sense that it was so you know, dense with our followers. It makes sense, but it was also crazy to see that random people came up to us and were asking us for pictures. Teenagers like 18 to 19, like they would come up to us like so excited, like take pictures. It was amazing. Like I don't know, it felt great just because it really showed us that we're actually building a community that's not online, because once it's online you don't really get a grasp of it. Like what is it really, like what are these 10,000 people really doing following us, right? Like you can't perceive it because it's online, but being there and like seeing them all come up to us was, it was a crazy feeling. I think that's when I realized like, wow, we're actually like, you know, getting out there, like people recognize us. It's a good
Yeah,
feeling.
I
Yeah.
think on TikTok, when obviously Italy was playing, it was most of my TikToks were about Italy. And I'm pretty sure I saw a girl post that you guys were in the street.
Oh
You guys
really?
walking and yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw it.
That's great. I didn't even see that one, to be
Yeah,
honest.
if I find it, I'll show you guys. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure, send
definitely,
it to
definitely.
us.
yeah. Okay,
Nice.
so what's one thing that social media has taught you?
There's a lot of things that social media has taught us, that's for sure.
I think one thing that is I'm gonna let
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think about
Go,
this one
go.
because I know you don't have an answer. So
Ah.
there's a lot of answers. That's why there's a lot of but to me this is like what I've been preaching since day one. Is what it has taught me is that you got to be yourself on social media, whatever it is that you do. You just gotta like portray the type of person and the type of character that you are at the end of the day. And maybe even if you might not do that through the content you make, like we make a lot of funny comedy videos, like but at the same time we also have other types of videos, especially on Instagram, through stories and lives, where we can really do portray who we are deep down. And I think that's what it has taught me the most, because it's like I see a lot of people that they go and they post, or they create their content, but it has nothing to do with who they really are, or they cannot relate to it. They're just doing it for the likes, for the follows, for the views, whatever it might be. But that's just not who we are. And I think that doing that in the long run, I think it's not going to be sustainable, because you're not going to be able to turn that into anything, because you're just not going to have a plan in your head, right? If you're just worried about likes and follows, and you're not worried about sustaining something, creating a business, going long term, then you're gonna get stuck at some point, right? So for us, I think what was great is that we went into it with a long term like mentality, with being like, we didn't have a final goal. We don't have a final goal. We don't have like, oh, this is where we're gonna get to, because just because we don't want to get somewhere and then be like, oh, what now, right? We have kind of like this, the start is the limit, and so the sky's the limit. And so everything we do, every time we reach a milestone, we're always kind of like, oh, let's go next now. What can we fix? What can we do to go to the next step? And that's just because we're just being ourselves. Again, we're being who we are. And by doing that, everything has come along. Opportunities, like to work with other creators here in Toronto, like in the US as well, to get connected with people like you guys, like doing podcasts, getting out there, talking. So I think it's that is if we weren't ourselves, and we didn't stick to who we are, we wouldn't have gone here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, I would say that my answer is gonna be based on social media during quarantine, because really, like, since we started and up to now, we've been in, lockdowns and, just self-isolation and all this and that. So I would say that before really getting involved into social media with the Bello Bros and, spending a lot more time on it, working rather than actually just going through people's pictures and, doing stupid shit. Before that, I thought like, oh, social media is terrible, like, you can't I like to meet people in person, like, oh my god, you can't meet a girl online, you can't meet a girl online, you can meet friends online, because that's not real. Like, we got to go to, like, you got to be able to talk to people in person. And I'm still a big believer of that, but being on social media more often now and working on it, I've realized that social media is a tool that can break or make you. You can use it however you want. There's always the pros and the cons, right? If you use it well, social media is great to interact with people that you might never meet in person, because we live in a very busy lives. And again, quarantine, you're never going to meet people in person right now anyway. So if you use it right, you can actually get that interaction with other people, from the comfort of your home. And it doesn't mean you can't let it run you, right? Like, you can't let social media be the only thing. We are still out there all the time. Like, we'd rather, I know you guys are in Montreal right now. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. So, if you were in Toronto, we would have asked you, hey, can we come in to do this podcast? We're having a podcast tomorrow, and we're going to go inside. Like, we're going to go to someone's place to do it. That's just because we appreciate person to person, and, that connection, we find it better for us. But we started using social media because we had to, and we were talking to people online and realized, like, wow, this is awesome, right? We're never going to meet these people anyways. It's great that we have a chance to talk to them and relate. And yeah, so it really gave me a different perspective of what social media can do, and how many people you can meet. And then it's really up to you how you want to take it, right? Like, you can't let it run you, and you can't get really attached to it. You just gotta use it as a tool to make you better and build relationships that then you can take outside as well.
Yeah, nice. What do you think it makes your videos so authentic compared to other people's?
Because we're straight from Italia. That's what makes our videos
Yeah.
authentic. Yeah, honestly though, like, personally, I think that's what it is. It's because we actually, like Michele said, we're ourselves.
We
Like,
reenact our life every
like
day.
yeah, the fact that our videos is pretty much what our parents and what we see happen in our own lives, but we exaggerate it. Of course, that's comedy. Like, you take
Yeah.
a small thing and you make a big deal out of it. And it's just funny because we live it, right? So people understand that that's really like what we go through. We're not really capping, we're not lying to anyone. Like, this is what we go through, right? I think the good part about our videos is that people realize that we kept something interesting, is that we kept our culture alive, we kept all of our values alive, while still being greatly, like, much integrated in the Canadian culture as well, right? Again, like, in our videos we show like how the manja cake, which is what we call in Toronto, like, the Canadian people do something, and then how the Italians do it. And people sometimes ask us, like, oh, what are you making fun of the Canadians for? And we're like, well, we're not really making fun of, like, we're kind of making fun of both cultures, right? We're exaggerating both cultures, right? We're not making fun of one of the other. At the end of the day, we are Italian Canadian, and that's who we are. And like, we're proud of it, right? So we're authentic. We have we have no reason to lie to anyone. We have no reason, like, we're not there to, like, get the following and anything like that. We have other shit going on in our lives. If that was it, we wouldn't be here for it. We're just trying to show our lives, and I think that's what people like the most.
Yeah, it's good. Do you guys have like any big projects coming for the Bello Bros?
Yeah, we have a Netflix show actually airing next week. No, you know,
I was like, no way.
not yet, not yet.
We have a lot of I guess ideas. Uh, it, I wouldn't consider it a project unless it's on paper and there's a plan. Um, we have a lot of ideas for sure. We have our own. We've been working also, me and him, on we do custom clothing. So we have our own company that we've been kind of working around for a while. So we're definitely gonna do something in terms of merch soon. Hoping by the end of the summer. We definitely want to start our own podcast. That's another thing that's probably gonna be coming up. And then other than that, we right now we're just kind of focused on trying and creating as unique entertaining content as possible. So right now our heads are wrapped around the fact that's like, how can we always, as I said before, how can we improve our content? We want to move away a little bit from the I guess Italian stereotypical, dad, mom, grandma, nonna, whatever. We want to be a little bit more, I guess, connecting with the younger Italian community. So do a little bit more different things. So right now, that's where our heads at. It's like how can we change it up a bit?
Okay.
Okay. And what's one thing you miss about being in Italy?
Oh, that's a good question. So
Uh,
you go first.
sure.
Okay, I'll say the answer that for both of us, and then we'll move on. Like for both of us, of course, our family that's there,
Yeah.
like that our heart, like we were supposed to be there for my cousin's wedding. It's actually this Sunday. Michele was supposed to be her best man. I was supposed to drive the car to the church. Unfortunately, because of COVID, we couldn't do it, and it broke our heart to tell her like last week that we couldn't make it. We tried, but our family in Italy is our that's the family we grew up with. We love them. Like a piece of our heart will always be in Italy just because of them. But other than that, so we move away from that answer. Then
in terms of what I miss the most, I would have to say like the I don't know how to explain this, but it's kind of like just being out. We're from Calabria. We're from the south of Italy. We're like right by the beach, very, very like southern part of Italy. And we could be in our town, and you could literally be all night just kind of walking around and just talking and having gelato and whatever and talking about everything and anything, and you can have an amazing time. But at the same time, you could literally drive like 20 minutes, 10 minutes, and you could be in a whole different town, whole different types of people, different types of scenery. You could literally drive like 30 minutes and you'll be like in a forest in the mountains, and then like 20 minutes down you're at the beach, and then you can go like 3 hours up and you could be on the Amalfi Coast. And it's like just the ability to kind of move around in such a beautiful country and have so many different types of places that you can go to, and there's always something to do there. There's always something to do. Like so I think that's what I miss the most. I mean, you could obviously do this here too, but the drives are longer. The scenery is very similar unless you go really, really far. So yeah, that's definitely one of the things that I miss the most. Just kind of going out and the ability to just go to different places that are very close by and experience different environments, different types of people, different, because even if you go from one place to another, there's always small cultural changes, like very, very small, even in terms of the food, way people talk. So kind of like experiencing that is definitely something I miss to keep life like alive and entertaining.
yeah. You know what? I can give you like the answer of like food and this and that. That's definitely something we all miss. But to go even deeper, like I gotta say the community there is crazy. And I'm not even saying like missing my friends or anything, just the relation that people have with each other there. It's much closer, much it's a simpler life, right? Like the day it doesn't matter what car you drive, it doesn't matter what you have. Like it's kind of like everyone there is at the same level, and everyone just worries about going to the beach, playing volleyball, like talking, making good connection with people, right? It's those values that sometimes we see missing here in Canada with people, because their friendship and family is much more important than anything else in the world, right? So I miss that sometimes. I realize here it's like a lot of people are much more independent, and it's kind of like one other reason why me and Michele started the Bello Bros is because we want to build that community that works so well in Italy, right? Like in Italy, when we go there, like most of the time we're at a bar just talking and playing cards until like 1 a.m. every single night. And here that only happens if like you really go out and you drink and you party and then you can stay out. There's not that type of like unconditional love, like in a way where you just talk because you just want to learn about everyone, and you have that connection. So I miss that, and that's what we're trying to build. And I gotta say, since we started the Bello Bros, like we've seen a much stronger bond between us and the friends that we already had. It's kind of like they're learning from us and we're learning from them, right? We like both cultures are becoming closer together, and we're able to get that type of those nights now, right? Like we get those nights, we get those events where we go all together, and it's just amazing, right? And I hope we keep building that and nourishing that relationship with everyone around us, because sometimes like people miss out on what the real And I'm not saying I know what the most important things in life are, but I can definitely understand that those deep connections make me happier than a lot of other things, like materialistic things that some people might think are important.
For
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
Do you guys plan to visit Montreal soon? Or
Definitely.
have you been here or no?
So I've been there.
I've never been.
I was there in 2018, I think. I forget what year, but it was my birthday. My birthday is on December 29th. So
Okay.
I was there from my birthday to January 2nd. So we did my birthday and New Year's, and it was like the coldest I've ever been in my whole entire life.
Yeah.
I hate cold. I don't belong in cold. The most amount of snow I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Especially because we were going out like to clubs and stuff, and we're wearing like dress shirts and shit, and we're like in minus 30 degrees. But it was a great experience. It was really, really fun. I definitely, now that we basically like have so many people that follow us from Montreal, so many people telling us you gotta come. Like we gotta make a trip this
Oh, yeah,
summer
for
for sure. Sometime maybe August, September, maybe who knows, maybe next week. Who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
We'll
sure.
definitely have to make an appearance for a weekend or so.
Oh,
For sure.
definitely.
No,
I've
you
never
have
been,
a-
so definitely want to come.
Yeah. I know a lot of my friends are fans of you guys. So
Oh,
Amazing.
perfect.
yeah.
Nice. Can we play a game called This or That?
Of
course.
course.
Okay. So go ahead, Joe.
Okay. Hot espresso or cold?
Hot.
Oh, hot.
I saw you
Hot.
drinking it before, so I realized. But
Oh yeah, I hate
Yeah,
cold.
yeah,
Like I
hot.
don't know what cold is, but it's no.
Yeah, I think I've had
no,
it.
you don't drink it cold?
No.
You know what? Like I know that I don't know if it's an Italian thing or an Italian Canadian thing. It might be Italian, but in Italy we never had cold espresso.
No, there is.
There is. I never tried it, but what I do like
cold.
cold would be like a liquor, if you give me like an espresso liquor and it's like nice and cold,
Yeah.
I would love that. But cold espresso,
Yeah, no,
For
cold
me,
espresso, no. Maybe
hot.
like a crema cafe or that stuff,
Yeah.
for sure. But no, I can't do cold coffee. I've tried it before. It not good.
Okay.
Okay. Toronto or Italy?
ooh,
Well,
Italy.
but
Uh,
well, for what? Really, like
for general.
for man.
Where would you want to live the rest of your life? If you
Well,
could.
it depends. If it's I don't know if I can pick. I love both for two different reasons. Like Toronto is great for opportunities, and it gave us it brought to where we are right now, because if we didn't move to Toronto, we might never be here talking to you girls and
Yeah, it's true.
having achieved all that we have.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, there's a lot that can be learned from Italy and the Italians, that's for sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Cannoli or taralli?
Oh, well, the one is a sweet and one's salty, right?
Yeah.
I'll go cannoli.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I have to. Even if I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. Cannoli are super overrated.
Overrated. Yeah.
Very overrated.
They are. I don't like them actually. I like taralli better.
I don't
Oh,
love
wow.
them. Yeah. I don't love them either.
Yeah,
No.
for me, it's gonna be cannoli. I love taralli too, but I'll go with cannoli. But yeah,
Just because
overrated.
we like sweets more than salty, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. So TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram,
for sure.
100%.
Okay.
Instagram.
Interact with people. It's much easier.
Better, like just
More community.
Instagram
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay. A sweet or salty?
For me, it's actually salty.
Sweet. You know what? I was salty for the longest time. This year, I was literally talking to my friend this summer. I was like, yo, like, I don't know what happened to me. You know how your body changes every 7 years? Like, I think like I'm just in that phase now of sweets. Like I
How
like
do you know your body changes every
Huh?
7 years?
that's what
Where
God
did you-
wrote. That's
where-
in the Bible.
Where did that come from?
That's
Was
in the
it-
Bible.
It's like he said it so confident. It's
Nah,
like
that's what they
you have
say.
to
It's
cite
like
your
it's
information.
a saying, right? Like your body changes
For
every
me,
7
for
years.
me, for me, it's salty. Like I've always been like more of a savory type of guy. Like if I need a snack, like I'll always go salty.
Yeah,
like,
so I'll say sweet, but if we do this podcast in 7 years, then I'll say salt.
Okay. Day or night?
Night.
for sure
Yeah,
night.
I
for
work.
sure.
Yeah, I have a lot more energy at night. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, for sure night.
I also think it's because of a routine. Like, if you build your routine around your day, then you'll be a day person. But our routine is based on night. So that's
Yeah.
just what it is.
Yeah.
Right now.
Okay. Briscola or scopa?
Scopa. Scopa is for
Yay.
That's good.
It's for the kids.
Yeah, Scopa you play when they're for the kids, because they don't know multiplication.
Nice.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being on. We really appreciate it.
Yes,
No
thank
problem at
you.
all. Anytime.